Welcome to Enrichment of Mind, Body, and Soul. How are you guys doing?
Excellent.
Great
Dr.
evening.
Jonas?
Great to be here. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Shakira?
Hello.
Shakira, welcome. Saul,
Welcome.
welcome.
Welcome to all of you.
Yeah, it's so great to see you guys. It's been a minute since we all catched up, eh? But you know what? We're here and we're here to share and we're here to uplift the community. Because we all go through storms. We all go through storms somewhat. Sometimes it's a loss. Sometimes it's a physical storm happening. It's so many storms that we can go through. But you know what? There is light. There is hope. Because we all are built with resilience. And we can get up and we can move forward. Whatever left with us, we can move forward. We can find that strength. Because you know what? We have that capacity. But many times we have to surround ourselves with the right type of people to get the community to support us in these storms. For instance, like Jamaica just went through a major storm. So they're looking at communities to help them through that storm. Many persons lost their homes. They lost their crops. And that's the only life source of giving them money. So in whatever way someone is going through a storm, if we can be that sounding board for them, let's just do it. Let's just hold that space for them. Look around in your homes. We are winding down 2024. Look around in your homes.
25.
Things that you are not using. You can donate it. You can declutter and donate it. Give it to someone who really needs it. I just see Dr. Marcia is here. Let me bring her up on stage. Give me 1 second. She's here. Dr. Marcia?
Hi, good evening, Dr. Marcia. How are you doing? Welcome.
Thank you for being here. Welcome. Can you hear us?
Thank you. I'm hearing you. Are you hearing me?
Yes,
we
we're
can hear
hearing
you.
you. Yes, so let's look around and let's see in whatever form that we can help. For instance, like Dr. Marcia, she's from Jamaica, but she's living in the United States now. And her proceeds from her book on Amazon, she's giving half of her proceeds. When you purchase one of her books on Amazon, she's giving her proceeds, half of her proceeds towards Jamaica. Because she understands what those people are going through at this point in time. So look around, whatever you can do to help, let's help. Because we never know when a storm going to hit us as well. We don't know. We just don't know. And if we are in a position that we can help, let's extend that kindness. Let's extend that kindness and help in whatever way we can. Purchase one of Dr. Marcia's book on Amazon, and she's going to give half of her proceeds towards Jamaica to help the Jamaicans who went through that major storm.
Win-win.
It's a win-win.
It is a win-win. She's going to tell you all about it when she comes up, when she starts to share her story.
And look at the title.
My faith looks exactly. What a better title
up
for this point in time.
Sorry to interject, but I just had to say
That's
that.
okay. We all are communicating right now. So this is going to be such a beautiful podcast this evening. So whatever you're doing, we just want you to sit back. The link to Dr. Marcia's book is in the comments, in the footnotes, and you can just click on that link and make that purchase of that book right now.
Right now.
And we're going to guarantee you that half of the proceeds is going to be going to Jamaica. You're doing a worthy cause.
Yeah. Do it now and then enter it into the chats.
Exactly. I just made my purchase. Exactly. I
Yeah.
just made my purchase,
Yeah.
right? So just sit back, just relax, and just enjoy these 2 hours with us because we got a packed panel here for you. And also, we also have some great tips that we're going to give you this evening at whatever storm that you're going through at this point in time. You may be going through grief, you lost a loved one, you know, you maybe have a relationship, you're going through a divorce, maybe you lost your job. So, whatever you're going through at this point in time, this is a place for you because you're going to be uplifted in this space. And Will is going to speak to your subconscious mind.
Hey, that's my line.
Absolutely.
We're going to speak to your subconscious mind. And we just want to welcome Shakira because this is our first time on enrichment of mind, body, and soul. We want to
Welcome.
welcome you this space because we know you got the goods and you're gonna deliver for us tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So, but before I hand the mic over to Lady J, I just want to acknowledge something. I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you who took the time to send me birthday wishes, thoughtful gifts, and warm messages. Your kindness truly touched my heart and made my day so special. To my incredible husband, thank you for being such an inspiring presence and for celebrating me in ways that remind me how blessed I am to walk this journey with you. Your love and support mean the world to me. To my amazing sister, your beautiful birthday messages across social media filled me with joy and reminded me of the bond we share. I cherish your words and the love behind them more than I can say. And to all my friends, family, and community, please know how much I cherish and love you. Your thoughtfulness made my birthday unforgettable, and I carry your love with me into the new year of my life. With all my heart, thank you for celebrating my special day with me. Thank you all. I'm tossing the mic to Lady J. Lady J, take the mic.
Wow, wow. It's well before I get further. It's well deserved because you're a truly amazing woman. You're a goddess. You're all that good stuff. And so every celebration, every moment, everything that we shared throughout the space from your birthday right down to now,
I'll
it's
be right.
wonderful. I mean, our mom, we always talk about our mom and our grandmother because they're our heroes. You know, they have instilled a level of value and the foundation as what we stand on right now. So they are, because I'm speaking, you know, they are our ancestors, but they are very proud of you for the
Thank
woman
you.
that you continue to bloom into and blossom. You blossom and bloom.
Thank you.
So I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud that you are my sister.
Thank
I'm
you.
very proud that we can work together and collaborate and do amazing things together. So you're my best friend. You're all of that to me. So I just want to say, love you, love you,
Love you
love
too,
you.
baby. Love you,
So
love you.
thank you so much. And what a better time of year to talk about storms because we're winding down 2025 and we are thinking about, well, all the things that encounter, all the things we've been through to bring us to this junction, to this moment. So tonight, whatever is happening in your life, right? And if it's a storm you're experiencing in this moment, just know that a cloud will lift. The cloud will lift. And there will be a moment that you will be able to smile again. Just like how the sunshine illuminates the earth. You will feel that again. Your days will be brighter again. That is why we create this show tonight for many reasons. So invite a friend so that they can be uplifted, they can be inspired, they can move to the place of hope, because that's what we're going to do tonight. Hope, renewal, optimism. Will is going to speak to the subconscious mind because he's going to help us all to understand and together to collective with all the panelists that we have here, how we can move from where we are if you're experiencing a storm. And I like to say, it's not the fall, it's the rise that follow after. What do you do after the storm? How do you rise again? And how do you use the storm to find a new purpose in your life? How do you do that? So tonight, our guest is going to share great tips, give us nuggets that when we are experiencing a storm or we are experiencing a storm now, what do we do? What do we go to? What holds us up? Is it our faith? Like the book we're asking you to pick up tonight? Is it your faith that you can look up and you know that you can reach up to something beyond yourself, something higher that you can pull, have that gravitational pull that you can pull it towards you that can keep you solid? So tonight, relax. Hope you got your pen and your notepad that you can take notes because each one of us go through storms in our lives. And you will remember these moments that you took your notes. What do I do? Yes, you're going to go to our channel, Soul, Light, and Body, and realize that you're not the only one. That is why this show, this topic tonight is super important because we all can resonate with that. So sit back, relax, enjoy, because we got a good one for you tonight. And we welcome in all our guests tonight who are truly, truly amazing. And it's going to give us great takeaways that we can end 2025 strong and move into 2026. That whatever we encounter in life, we can hold strong, we can stand steady because we can know how to manage the storm when it comes through in our direction. My name is Lady J, certified holistic health and wellness schools, and much more. So tonight we're gonna say welcome to all of you, and we know that you got the goods to deliver us tonight. So, Dr. Marcia, we're gonna kick off with you. Tell us who you are, and for those in the new viewers, and just speak to us, uplift us as you always do, inspire us.
Good night, everyone. It's good to be here. It's nice to see Dr. Jonas and his team again.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice to see you, Will. Nice to see you, Sol and Shakira. I may not be so familiar with you, Shakira, but
You'll get familiar, don't worry.
I am
We are the
honored
great
to be
connectors.
among such erudite scholars, and I'm happy too that we are really looking at the vein of overcoming storms because there is so much. The climate is so complex, one crisis after another. The time is so uncertain, and the time is so fast-paced, and change is so rapid that you have to be strong to adjust, and you have to be logical to function. You
True.
can't be emotional. You have to be logical to function. And so I am Dr. Marcia Thomas. I am a certified practicing Christian leadership life coach and also consultant. I focus on leaders who are burnt out and I help them to, I fill the gap between your career and your calling and help you to focus on being a steward, an executive steward, because I'm a Christian leadership coach and also do so with biblical confidence. And so my paradigm is meshed inside the mantra that I have, that the greatest want of men are men who cannot be bought nor sold, men who are true to duty as a needle to the pole, who in their innermost souls are true and honest, who will stand for duty and truth, though the heavens fall. And I live by that mantra, and I move that on to my clients. And so I talked about, for those who don't know, I have a channel. I do a series on Tuesdays, and I talk about those things in leadership that persons don't talk about. And so When the storm hit Jamaica, I 2 weeks after, there was this announcement that persons were to return to school, educational leaders, and life was to go on as usual regarding getting persons back to normalcy. And I wrote an article because I was very upset and I was very concerned because emotions don't bounce back, just don't bounce back after a storm is gone.
True.
Emotions take longer to get themselves back with you. So there are many persons who are physically present but emotionally absent.
So
And
true.
even if they have to come back into their space, they need time to adjust to the changes. Whatever storm you're going through, when you appear in your organization, when you appear in your visible workplace, when you appear in the environment that you are in charge of or you are a part of, whether you are a team player or you are a leader, going through grief, losing your children or a loved one, even a huge financial loss where you may have taken a risk and you find yourself having to start over. It can be that you have gotten a terminal illness report that unprepared you. It can also be the devastation that has taken place in Jamaica, where more than 30,000 persons have lost everything that they possess, including the loss of loved ones. And to expect people to just bounce back and automatically move on as normal after the storm is not only heartless, in my opinion, but it shows a lack of understanding, of compassion, of care, and humanity. And we find ourselves doing that many times. And there is the other side of the storm, those who have not been affected, those whose homes were not disturbed, those who lost no possession. Also, as a leader, and as I speak to my leaders who move into my space for support and for guidance, for mentorship, and also for coaching, the survival guilt is another side of a storm that many people ignore. Persons who survive sometimes feel. So let me give an example. You might have lost family members in a particular accident. And I talk about an accident that is very viral on the internet where a gentleman traveled with his family to a family celebration, and on his return there was a accident that took his mother, his wife, all his children. He is going through a lot of issues mentally as he's going through those issues emotionally, because he's wondering and keep asking himself the question, why me? Why was not I taken? What am I surviving for? What is it that I'm not going to be living for? And so this survival guilt is also real. There was a leader of an organization who said she spoke to me, she said, I'm in the supermarket trying to find things for my teachers who have lost their roof. I don't know what to buy. I don't know. I'm doing it out of my own pocket. That's one of the signs, one of the struggles of persons who are suffering from survival issues in relation to the guilt and the remorse. And then there is the issue as a leader, and I speak about leaders where everybody expects you to be standing strong despite the fact that you are being bombarded by all of the hurt and pain and trauma that persons are pouring onto you. You are expected, and those who are pouring it onto you, whether by default or deliberately or out of anger or out of distress, feel that leaders, CEOs, executives in organizations have so much money that they don't have any care in the world. So when they suffer loss, when they suffer grief, when they are struggling with imposter syndrome and all of that, they can get by because of money. Money doesn't soothe trauma, doesn't soothe hurt, doesn't solve issues when there is a storm. It is the support. It is a community that is very supportive, very open, very vulnerable, and a space where you can safely say that I am not managing, I am not making it, I need help, I need support, without being seen as weak and without being seen as a failure or without being feel as throwing in the bucket or giving up the reins of your authority. There is a lot that is packed into surviving after a storm and finding light. So, how do we begin to find light? One of the things I want to talk about, that I talk about a lot, that I move with my clients, is that the first thing you want to do is accept what has changed.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
cannot change what has happened, so you have to accept what has changed. Now, the time that you take to accept it is not something, is not a period that I can give to anyone. I can't say to you it will take you 2 days, it will take you 3 days.
Right.
What we need to do is to give people the time and the space to actually grieve, to actually go through that period of acceptance, which is similar to the period of grieving. Because, first of all, there is denial, then there is shame that comes with where you now find yourself, the adjustments that you're going to have to be making. There is doubt and there is a lot of fear, and there is a lot of numbness that comes from finding yourself where you started after making so many strides forward. All of that has to be taken into consideration when persons are expected to find light. Now, persons also have to reconnect with their voice and with the core of who they are. And this core has been severely shaken. When there is a storm or a crisis in your life, whether through, we say, divorce, change of life, relationships, and also many things, then you have to understand that persons, after they, even if they accept, they have to also adjust. And the adjustment cannot be a sudden adjustment, it has to be gradual. And
Yeah.
that gradual adjustment includes a lot of soul searching and reflection. So you can see the lessons, the themes, the patterns, who you have become, why you have become, who you must now serve, and where you must serve. Because one thing about storms is that it does not destroy everything without clearing the path for you to see where you are now to be and who you are truly are, because the storm shows you the genuine, reveals the genuine part of you, the core of you. There is a saying in Jamaica that if you don't mash ants, you don't sing but.
Yeah.
And that's what a crisis does. That's what a storm does. It stirs up the path and it clears it. It is what you take out of that storm now that you must carry with you, and it must change what you're doing and how you now do what you're doing. Because it's not what you have gone through, it is really the testimony, the mission, the purpose is now in what you have taken out. I'm going to stop there for a moment because I'm not the only one.
This is so juicy. Let's toss the mic to Shakira.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I'm a little bit congested. I hope everyone can understand me and hear me well.
We're hearing you
Um,
loud and clear.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Marcia, I loved everything that you said. I think it's so true. And I'm so happy to be here with everyone tonight. Um, I'm a licensed mental health counselor based in New York. I've also worked with a lot of people in different states like California, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. My practice is Cheerful Heart Mental Health Counseling. Um, and it was modeled after the proverb, a cheerful heart is good medicine. And my practice is grounded in the belief that despite storms, suffering, physical illness, loss, desperation, despair, disappointments, we can still cultivate a cheerful heart in this life. Um, when it comes to dealing with storms, I think it's a long process while you're in it, while you're in the middle of it, and even as you come out of it. I think there's so much that you have to do to rebuild yourself, rebuild your trust in yourself, rebuild your trust in God, rebuild your trust in hope and what could be different and what could be next. Um, and that process is hard to do alone. I think we not only need each other, but we also need to acknowledge like what other help we can need, especially in our respective communities, African Caribbean, African American, all the people of the Black diaspora. I think there is still some stigma about seeking mental health help when I think something that I really admire today about a lot of my peers and myself is like that we've been through it too. Like, I'm still going through a storm and I have to reach down and go alongside people who are hurting and having a hard time as well. But I think acceptance is true. I think also recognizing trauma. I think some storms have a profound impact on people, right? That persist way after everything has ended or changed. So I think equipping the community to understand or recognize what trauma could look like or how you could be impacted by things that maybe we don't even acknowledge or understand could be traumatic to us. Um, so I think that's what I have to say so far. But I'm happy to be here and continue to add more to the conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you so
So
much.
much.
So,
Hi, how you guys doing tonight? I'm sorry, I don't know. I was having a technical difficulty.
That's okay. You're here.
yeah.
I am. So I'm gonna pop back in and kind of put my 2 cents in the topic that was going on tonight. Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, wonderful, wonderful. So hi everybody. I'm so thank you so much, ladies, for having me tonight. Really grateful, always grateful to be on the show, and share some time with you guys. You guys are marvelous. Um,
Sorry, you. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. So I just wanted to say, yes, I have my business in soul healing arts, and we're always gonna hit storms, as you guys know, in this lifetime. I mean, we have a roller coaster ride. It's ups and downs, and there's always great times as well as there's some times that teach us the lessons that we need to learn, and take us through the hard times, right? So I just wanted to let you know there's always hope, and
Yes.
after every storm, there will always be light. But we just gotta get through it. I know that when we're in it, it's so difficult to see the light and to see the other side or feel us coming out of it. But you know what? That's okay. Feel your emotions. Go through what you're going through and understand, but keep in mind that you will come out of it. But feel your emotions, process them, and be able to, live in the moment. Because at the end of the day, just like, Doctor was saying, a lot of us repress, a lot of things, and then forget the emotions, and it becomes illnesses afterwards. So please process your emotions, go through them, and know that there is help. There is so much help out here. There are so many people that are here for you. And I know sometimes it doesn't feel that way, but I'm going to tell Tommy to please put a link. I'll tell you in a second, or you can email me directly at soulhealingarts.org. But I'm a board member for a nonprofit organization called Rings of Care. And what we do in that organization, this is open to everybody, okay? And it's free. It is free because we know that everybody needs help. And sometimes we don't think that we can ask for it, or we don't know how to ask for it, or where we even need help.
Sure. Sure.
What we do at Rings of Care is we actually have a calendar specified to every person that signs up with us. And what we do is we make a ring of care for you. So we gather, if you're in a church, we gather the people at church. You'll be surprised how many people are willing to come take out your trash for you. Something as simple as taking out your trash, taking your kids to, soccer practice, or something that simple that can really just take a load off your shoulders at a moment of stress. We're all caregivers, though, in so many ways, and we take the world on our shoulders and think that we have to do it all alone and that we have to be strong and that we got to face everything. And although, yes, we have to continue in life and we got to get past the storm, we don't have to do it alone, ever. We don't. And I just want everybody to know that, like, you don't have to go through anything you're going through alone. You're not alone. You're not. The only thing that may have you alone is your choice to do that.
Sure.
That's it. But there's so much love out here, and there's so much kindness, and there's so many people willing to help. Please reach out, and please understand that you can be helped. I'm sorry, I jumped around, but the ring of care, like I
It's
said,
okay.
the calendar, you basically, we get the people in your circle that will help you, and only they have access to this calendar, and you can put everything that you need help with at that time, and they will pick it up. You don't even have to ask. They'll see what you need, and people will literally volunteer to help you in that aspect of your life. And we did this because we understand that we all need help, and it's so hard to ask for it. So I just want everybody to know that when darkness hits, you're not alone. And don't choose to be, because you don't have to. So I'm just sending everybody love. At this time during the holidays, for some people it's very difficult. It's a very bittersweet time. Some people have lost loved ones. Some people are going through a very difficult time right now, or not home, or any of those reasons. And I just want to send you love right now and let you know that it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. And I'm just gonna send love and light to you right now, so you can know that you're not alone. And if anybody's ever going through a hard time where you need to talk to somebody and you just can't, you don't know who, call. I think it's 811 if I'm not mistaken. It's not always about the suicide hotline or nothing like that. You can literally just vent and talk to somebody. There's always somebody there to hear you, talk to you, listen to you, help you get through what you're going through. And I just want people to understand that, man, there's so many things that we can do to help you get to the other side of that dark path that you may be on, if that is indeed where you are right now. There will always be hope. Just don't lose it. And understand, have faith that there will always be light after the darkness. That's
Yes.
pretty much.
Thank you so
Beautiful.
much.
Good.
Wow.
Beautiful. Well said, Saul. Well said.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, here's coming to me next. I was waiting to see who else is gonna go. Uh, you know how I am. I like to go last. Uh, First, let me thank both of you ladies for letting me be a part of this panel. This
you're
is a good
welcome.
panel, and it's a great topic, especially this time of the year. Anytime, but especially more so this time of the year, as Saul just mentioned, and Dr. Marcia also alluded to. We're in a time now where we've got just this year alone, okay, we had 1.1 million people have been laid off of their jobs, or lost their jobs per se. And just in October alone, we've got a new record set here in the United States for people losing their jobs at 153,000 people. So that's a lot of people that have now been displaced from what they thought was their identity. And so a lot of times people equate their jobs or their titles to who they are. And those are two separate things. So before I go any further, let me come back and reintroduce myself, I guess. But you ladies have already done so. But I want to get that out there first, though, to cover this. But I'm Will Williams. I'm pretty much a regular on this show at the moment. And so I cover a lot of different things. I'm into a lot of different businesses. And tonight I'm going to talk to you from, which I like to do this part of it too, from a spiritual perspective, from my free side of it. But I'm also going to venture in a little bit into the business side of it, the psychology of it too, before I give up the reins to somebody else to, go after me. But the reason I wanted to throw those numbers out there is because a lot of people have lost their way and they don't know exactly what they're going to do, right? I mean, they're applying for jobs and things of that nature, but now when you apply for a job, for instance, you may be one of 500 to 1,000 people applying for that one single job. And here's the thing that people are not really paying attention to, but they need to, because we talk a lot about AI, is a lot of times, especially if they're going to interview you on the stream, if you're getting done over the internet, you're talking to an AI. And people don't know that. They think they're actually talking to another human, but they're actually talking to an AI. And that AI is asking you specific questions based off of how your tone, and it's sizing you up basically. And you don't know that. You just think you're speaking regular to another person, but that AI is analyzing you as you go through your interview process. And so at the end of that process, it may hire you or may not hire you. Matter of fact, they've had some situations where the AI, because there's two of them in some situations, to come in and talk to you, right? The AI ended up hiring the AI for the job, not the human. So, so yeah. So you don't know who you're talking to when you go to in for an interview. So I like to just tell people when you go to these interviews, instead of and one of the ladies earlier mentioned this too, just be who you are. Don't get into character and try to be anything other than who you are. So when that AI is talking to you, it now knows that you recognize that when you're talking to it, you're talking to yourself. That's how you have to look at it, because all AI is a high level speed processor. Basically, it can get gather information faster talking to yourself. That way, it can process the information as such, and it's not feeding you back what you just said to it, and you think that you're getting through, but you're not. You're talking to yourself basically. So as long as you remember those little pointers there, that'll help you on your way moving forward, right? So here's the thing I want to touch on real quickly here, and I'm gonna use a couple of Lady J's. She uses these words pretty often on these shows. But I want to talk about the psychology of recovery, right, after failure. And she uses the word compassion and growth mindset quite a bit. You have to take yourself into that realm in order to start rebuilding yourself, right? And so if you have compassion for yourself, you can also forgive yourself, because
Mm-hmm.
so many people are blaming themselves for losing their jobs and so forth. And it's not you per se, it's the way this system operates. So you have to go in and be able to have compassion for you. And when you forgive yourself, you allow yourself to get free from attaching your identity to it. And that's what you want. You don't want to attach the failure to your identity, because it's only temporary if you take it on the right mindset, right? And so you have to do those two things. And that growth mindset, as Lady J likes to say, it puts you on the right path of recovery. No matter what your situation is, when you go into that growth mindset, you're going to find your pathway forward. And that's how you have to sort of look at what's ahead of you. Now, if I was going to go into the spiritual aspect of it, so religion per se, I can go to Philippians 3:13 and 14, right, where it says, forget about what's behind you. And so I just said that with that mindset, that's going to help move you forward, right? So you have to forget about what just happened to you and you start moving yourself forward. Now, if you go to Psalms 71:20, you can start to restore yourself. You're going to come back and have a resurrection. And basically, this is what some people don't actually do enough of. They don't process it, rather, is you basically rise and die every day. Psychologically, you do constantly. It's a ever going process, right? It's ongoing. And so, but if you process this correctly, you get into the mindset again, that growth mindset that Lady J likes to bring up. You understand that when something closes, something else opens, but you have to be in the right mindset to see it. A lot of times, those doors are going to open and close really fast, and you'll miss out on the opportunity to
Sure.
see if your new opportunity is already in front of you, but you can't see it because you're looking backwards too much. And we talk about this all the time when I'm a guest on this show. We talk about the future, the past, and right now. You want to be in the right now moment. What's happened has happened, and the future is always just a few seconds ahead. And so if you live for right now, you're going to live inside of that realm all at the same time, simultaneous, and it's not going to throw you out of balance, so to speak. Okay. So these things are just simple aspects of what you can do. But as they said too, that we all go through something where that storm comes upon us, whether it's a relationship, job, business, whatever it may be, you're going to go through this. It's a human experience. And when you do that, you have to be able to have yourself processed to where you can come back. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be religious or spiritual or anything, but those things help set a balance for you, a foundation. And what I've found is, especially here recently, is a lot of people are trying to search for something new. As we start to go through, we're still going through this transition. This transition phase that we're going through, it's going to take us a while to get resettled, right? We're going to see a lot of old systems collapse and new systems are starting to be put in place to recover them. Now, I think Soul just mentioned something about the nonprofit aspect. She was talking about her being a part of something of that nature. And I've been on a show with her before. We talked about this a little bit. But here's something that's happening. Everything that you see today that used to be considered nothing more than volunteerism and nonprofit, that's the businesses of the future. It's not just AI, you see. This whole system is being restructured. And so as it does so, it's going to be about social and structural issues. What can you help somebody with? And I think Lady J mentioned this. Can you assist somebody when they're down and out and need some help from you, right? And so all these social issues are going to become businesses. Now, as long as you're not caught up in the capitalistic aspect of it and think that you want to get billionaire rich off of this, if you just make enough to survive, because the world is switching, the world, people are not so much engaging in that aspect of it anymore. They just want enough to get by and do what they can do for them, their family, and so forth, right? Where they can live a day-to-day existence without stressing about it. When we hit this era, this new era that's coming through, a lot of things that you're dealing with from the recovery aspect, there's always going to be, the door is going to be open for you. But again, like I just said, if you're not prepared for it, you won't see that opportunity because it's going to happen really fast. We're in a fast-paced society. Everything is moving fast. And so you blink and the door can close on you. And you'll think that you closed out at that point. And in some cases, we're hearing people talk as though, like right now, they're saying AI is taking everybody's jobs. There's not going to be any job for you. So they're closing the door on you psychologically. But if you actually understand what AI actually is, it's going to work with you and for you. And so, yes, these companies are going to replace you in some level, in some degree, okay? Accept that instead of fighting against that and realize that, and business is not for everybody because it's rough and tumble and it's dirty to some degree. We don't talk about that a whole lot, but business is a dirty business, so to speak. And so, but you have to change your way of thinking. As you adjust your thinking pattern, life will start to change for you. You know, a lot of times we talk about spiritual and religious aspect of it. A lot of the words that you read within the structure of the Bible and any other text that you read about, those words carry power. They have a frequency to them. And when they're spoken in the right way and in the right form, they can uplift or take you down. And so when you speak, don't speak to yourself in a negative adjective. I don't care how mad you are, angry you are at yourself that you just may have made a simple mistake. You cannot curse yourself, so to speak. You always have to speak in a tone that always is going to and embrace and embody your best. And so if I was going to say something to the I am of your subconscious, which I didn't do at the beginning of my speech here, but I want to do that now because I want to plant in your subconscious that you need to understand that awareness, once you become aware, you're now awake. And you also know that you are enough. And so you don't start passing that off to everything else around you. You know that you are capable of coming back from anything that you face. It's not going to be easy. We all on the panel tonight can probably attest to that. It's not an easy journey, but you can come back. But you have to keep getting up once you get knocked down and keep telling yourself tomorrow is my day. And tomorrow may be a couple of weeks off, but you got to keep telling yourself that and allow your subconscious to, like Lady J and Lady K mentioned too, you have to feel the pain of it. And I think Dr. Marcia mentioned this as well. Allow yourself to feel the pain, okay? That's good. A lot of people run from pain, but you have to sit still, absorb that pain. It's temporary. That's the part that's really temporary is the pain. If you can absorb that pain and not be fearful of it, now that's going to help you go back into what Lady J likes to say a lot, the growth mindset. That's going to push you over the where now you take it and you start learning whatever lessons that came to you from your perceived failures, you'll be able to take those and align them and you'll be able to see your way forward. And so if I was going to say anything else before I get out of the way and let somebody else speak here, and we'll have discussion throughout this panel session here where all of us will be tossing in our opinions on certain aspects of it and how to go about, using our experiences with it and what we've learned from it that could help you. Um, I would just like to leave you with I guess the part of failing not being the end of you, but the new beginning of what you're going to come back as. So remember, your identity is not what you failed from. So you got to detach your identity from your titles and whoever you think you are to who you really are. Once you accept who you really are, your doorway is always open to you and you'll always see light. You'll always see that. Now, light only happens in darkness, right? So the darkness is going to be there. You're always going to have this shadow. But again, we've discussed this on this show too. Don't run from your shadow side. Embrace your shadow, and that light will shine much brighter and quicker than you think. So I would like to just leave it with that and let somebody else come into the panel now, introduce themselves, and we can move the conversation.
Dr. Jonas?
Wow. It's a privilege and a pleasure to be of this rich discussion. As I always say, there are three kinds of people: those that make things happen, those that watch things happen, and those who wondered what happened. I'm a person that makes positive things happen, and I know that you are too. What I'd like to add to it, first of all, I talk about this a lot. The best way to predict your future is to create it. And wherever you are right now, I know we're talking a lot about what people go through in these difficult times. I want to add this though: we all go through a lot of things, but we would have to repeat the course if we don't grow. We have to grow through it so we can get the lesson, whatever the storm is, whether it's a financial storm, whether it's a health storm, whether it's a emotional storm, whatever it is, what lesson that you can learn from that to help you to better your best. And I tell people that a lot of times, there's an African proverb, I say it all the time, is that if there's no enemy within, the enemy without can do you no harm. And so many times we are trying to work so much on the external, but you'll never get what you want external because it's inside out. Working harder on yourself, developing in your life, and build around you positive, powerful, and purposeful people that can help you. I spent 30 years in corporate America. I wrote 8 best-selling books. The one I'm writing right now is Mastering Your Message. Pick up your mic. We need to hear your voice. And in order, a lot of people don't realize this, but in the state of AI and robot, the number one superior that's going to keep you on the top is to be able to communicate, to sell yourself, because people buy you before they buy your product. I know you hear a lot of people say people do business with people they know, like, and trust. No, they listen to the people they like. They only do business with the people they trust. That's real. Can I trust you? Are you a word? Do you have an integrity? I always say, bonus from Jonas, don't let your ability take you to a place that your character cannot sustain you. Come on, somebody. And then the other thing, we were talking about hope. I spell out hope in acrostic sense, having only positive expectation for you. Now, I got a lot of different books as well. One of the things I would suggest, I'm on the Amazon best-selling list for 8 of my books there. However, I only send people to Amazon when they live in a different country, because the danger with Amazon, say you are selling your book for $20, they can drop it down for $2. So if you, so my doctor that's doing it concerned about Jamaica, and we helping Jamaica over this side as well, then you only get $1 will go to Jamaica. So what I would encourage you, you got some books home, tell them to buy it from you. You get an autographed copy, and when they get an autographed copy for you for $20, and then $10 will go to Jamaica, and it's a win-win situation. Now, Amazon is good to get their order, but I don't send nobody to buy books for me. All 8 of these books I got home, that's bestseller book, and they order through me, and I get an autographed copy, and then I can give some support. Now, the other thing I want to say, lovingly, we've been praying for our brothers and sisters in Jamaica. We got people over there. We already given them things. I would challenge us to do not give them the things we don't want. They deserve the best. If you got some things you don't want anymore, have it clean and ship to them. They have enough challenge right now with losing loved one, losing their home, losing their land, losing their job. And so if we want to help them, give them something that we want them to have, that we clean ourselves, that we ship it to ourselves. Because I know someone that said, we all going to have stones. I just had open heart surgery. That's a huge stone. That's a whole shoot. But the reason why I'm telling you this, that you still can overcome, regardless what it is. I was in the hospital for the first time in my life as a girl for 2 months, intensive care. They're written me off. The doctors gave a diagnosis, but the Creator had the final prognosis. So I tell people I can't die now because I'm not finished. And don't let anyone bury you until after you're dead. You're bigger than that. You're better than that. And the best is still in you. Allow that best to blood to bloom and to blossom into a bright and beautiful. Because this is the day. This is the day. This is the time for us to make up our mind that we can be more, but we have to see more. And we got to understand that this is the decade for the doers to take a chance, take charge, and take control of your life. You know why? Because you can always better your best. This too will pass. I don't care what you're going through. Don't focus on what you're going through. Focus on who you're going to. And if you know who you're going to, don't spend time worrying. Like it's worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but you're not getting anywhere. Ask for help. I'm talking to my brothers. I'm talking to my sisters. Ask for help. Not because you're weak, but ask for help because you want to remain strong. You can't make it through this storm by yourself. Whatever it is, get you a mentor, get you a tutor, get you a coach. Come on, that specialize in the areas that you went through. Now, in one of the books I wrote already, that's hot. It's how to fly like an eagle with wings like a wimp. It teaches you to take a chance, take charge, and take control of your life. To do it right now. Because sometimes the only help you're going to get is at the end of both of your sleeves. You're going to have to roll it up because this too will pass. Even David said, yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, he said, I'll fear no evil. Even David said that, but it wasn't as dark as David thought it was because he saw a shadow. When you see a shadow, there's light somewhere. And he said, I'm going through. He didn't sound meandering. Don't build. Oh, this is a bonus from Jonas. Don't create a finale in your valley. Get on through there. Get on through. Come on. Don't just walk through. I mean, run through. And then another thing David said, his cup runneth over. This life is so great, and it can be even greater. One of these days, I'm not a drinker of coffee or anything, but one of these days I will drink some coffee out of the cup. But for the last 60, 72 years, I've been drinking out of my saucer. Because you know why? Because my cup runneth over. Keep on drinking out of your saucer. Don't give up on you. There's 8.2 billion people on the planet, and there'll never be another one just like you. No one else can duplicate your fingerprint or your handwriting. You are biological original. You are made an original. Don't you dare die a cheap copy. And as I always say, Jay and all that, they love this bonus from John. When your value is clear, your decision is easy. Thank you for having me. I think all of us, Jay, and Karen, I think you need to give everybody their emails. Mine is jg@jonasbonus.com. Jonas with the bonus at outlook.com, so we can stay in touch with us. The scripture says iron sharpens iron. And if anything I can do to help you, I know some things y'all can do. We can help one another. Stop trying to do it alone. Teamwork
Make the dream work.
I am one of Dr. Jonas Gadson's persons that he has coached in voice, in public speaking. And I am a former vice president in banking, a graduate cum laude of Princeton University, and a business development executive. When I first met Dr. Jonas, I was speaking to women entrepreneurs in different parts of this country, and also have the opportunity to be overseas to speak as well. And that was in Australia, that was in Canada. And Dr. Jonas saw me and he witnessed. And when you mentioned about voice, I never knew that working on my public speaking and my communication would lead me to developing a new mindset, developing the person from within. Oh, I read a lot of self-help books before I met Dr. Jonas, but he challenged me to put it to work. I had to roll up my sleeves and work on me and be willing to address my emotional issues, willing to address and stand and work through. So I got a coach who is powerful, who was not willing to just see the facade, the outside, but came and zeroed right on in. And so that is what I wanted to encourage others. Yes, I left a job in banking and it was horrible for me. But working with my coach, first of all, I had to do it for my integrity. At that time, I didn't know it, but I had to do it for my integrity. But working with my coach, Dr. Jonas Gadson, has given me the voice and helped me to go through that storm and know that, that made me stronger, a more powerful and impactful person first, then a professional. So in our company, Partners for Purposeful Living, LLC, when you speak about preparing for the future, our company embodies that we work together in community, that we work together, bringing like-minded people together who have different skills and knowledge, and bring that to help our communities and to help our world in a new way. And so I'm so excited to be able to work now with my public speaking coach in making that real. I've jotted those things down, and we are so happy to always be a part of Ms. K and Ms. J. Yes. Whenever you do something, we look at you as our partners. Yes. So thank you so much. We're excited to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sohini?
Welcome.
Welcome.
Sohini.
Hi, thank you for welcoming me. I'm Sohini Das. I'm from India. I'm a psychiatric social worker, and I'm so much honored that Karen and Joan have, have given me such an opportunity to connect with all of you and to be a part of this program. So thank you so much. Thanks to all of you, and thanks to all the viewers. I'm just listening. I have been listening for like a couple of minutes or for a few minutes, and so that's all. I'm listening you people, and it's seriously meaning a lot. I also want to know that today's topic is like um hello. Hey,
Yeah,
can
we
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
maybe she can't hear us, so she
Yeah,
may
maybe
She
she's
can't
getting
hear
some
us.
talk.
technical difficulties. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you
Tommy
hear
might
me?
have to type.
Yes, we're
Yeah,
hearing you.
Yeah. Today's topic is finding light after storm. So I have been listening that you people are all of you are doing, I mean, saying all those things, and I am also learning from you people. So just carry on, and I'll be glad if I can contribute something to this program. Thank you.
Lady Joy?
Yeah, that I mean, what a great discussion tonight, where everyone has uplifted all of us, enlighten us, provide us with new perspectives and in so many areas. And touching back to uh, Miss Jackson, where you spoke about finding a coach, because your career part, you've accomplished so much, but then you realize that your voice and who you are, when you found Dr. Jonas, he showed you something deeper, because working from your inside out is super important. I think all of us can resonate with that, because yes, we got it external, but when we can go from the internal and start from there, start from the root, leaning into that aspect of ourselves, then we can live the best version of ourselves, because then we can give more, we can serve more, because then we have the self-awareness, then we know who we really are, because we're tapping in something greater. When Will, you spoke about mindset, the growth mindset and the fixed mindset, and I love to talk about that, because especially when you go through a storm, how do you step back into your purpose, your calling? Everything becomes different, because you never go through a storm and come out the same. You've been renewed. And how you choose to look at it from that point moving forward, as I always say, it's not the fall, but the rise after that. What do you do in that moment? How do you get back up? Who do you have around you? What do you pull from that is going to keep you strong and can rebuild you as a person, the situation, your job, whatever it may be, because storms varies. And who do you become? I think that's we all ask ourselves the question when we go through some, what are we going to look like on the other end? How are we going to choose to stand and embracing our inner self? And someone spoke about accepting,
Yeah.
because accepting what you've been through, what you're going through, is super important. Because when you can accept it, that's the first step. Because then you can have clear eyes, it bring you a level of clarity. How am I going to redirect myself, and how I'm going to move forward to attain whatever is come my next? Because when you've been through something, as we all know, and you move to the other side, then there your next begins. And then who you have surrounded you, the people that you have with you, who can hold you up and say you are stronger than that. You are enough. And remind you who you are. Because that is super important as well. So there is so much gems tonight dropping. Shakira talk uh, about cheerful. Is it right? Am I right?
Yes, Proverbs 17:22. Cheerful heart is good medicine.
Isn't that beautiful? Say that again. Somebody need to hear that.
Proverbs 17, chapter 17, verse 22 is a cheerful heart is good medicine.
Mm, what a good medicine. Because sometimes when we going through a storm, we we're so down in it. We in that. But when we can listen to a voice like that, and a word which is God's word, it can help us to know we can rise again. There is light again. There is hope again. And that is what each one of us are trying to, not trying, that's what we're doing. We're bringing hope and optimism so that whatever you might be going through now, or whatever you've been through, just know we're here tonight to tell you there is light, there is hope, there is optimism, and you can rise again. And when you rise, you're stronger, you're wiser, because you're coming from a place of experience. You've gotten new tools so that you can step higher, and you're stronger because our experience shapes us. Our experience shapes us to who we are. Because as we continue to go through things in life and different phases of our life, whatever it may be, we continue to grow and be the best version of ourselves, that we can step higher, stronger, built better. So when we step and we speak, we can speak with a level of authority because we've been through something. Because how long you don't go through something, you don't have the authority. You can speak on it, but you're coming from a different place. Lady K, I'm tossing the mic to you.
You know, this is such a good panel this evening. And as Will said, at this time of the year, you know, when we start off in January, there are many things that happen in our lives throughout the months. A lot of times we didn't expect these things to happen.
Right.
You know, we are living a lot of stuff that we did not expect to happen. But I want to touch on something with Dr. Marcia. You know, when you listen, when you get these sacred downloads and you listen and you follow,
right?
Look at the book that you wrote months before, right? The book that you wrote months before. Now is the perfect time for that book.
Right.
Because through that storm in Jamaica, you're a Jamaican. And through that storm in Jamaica, how your faith is going to look up.
Here it is.
You know, how your faith looking up. So the thing is that many times when we're going through a storm, there are things that is being said to us through spirit. We need to follow guidance.
Right.
Because we just never know when it's going to come in handy for someone else. We need to listen and follow guidance. Because when we're going through a storm, there's so many things start to shift. So many things in our life start to shift. And I think it's Will or it's Dr. Jonas said, because their growth about to happen, evolution is about to happen. So things start to shift. But many times we cannot see the growth, we cannot see the evolution at that present moment because of the storm. We can't see, our vision get clouded and we cannot see. We can't see no light. Like some people would say, how could you tell me about light? I can't see no light at this point because of what they're going through at the present moment. But then when we as a community could come in and support somebody who is going through a storm, we are able to help them to see that light. Because we are bringing our light to ignite their light. So if there is someone that you know is going through whatever they're going through at this point in time, it could be a loss of a loved one, it could be a divorce, it could be loss of a job, it could be lossing of possessions of stuff, it could be a fire, you lost everything. It's so many things that could happen that is considered as a storm. But when you're going through the storm, the most important thing, if you can come out alive, know that there is hope. Once you can come out from that storm alive, there is hope. Don't matter how dark it may look, there is hope. And I like what the panel is saying. Reach out and get the right kind of help. Because many times we feel as though we are so weak, we cannot reach out and get the help that we need. But okay, you process, because we got to process the pain. Don't run from the pain. We got to process the pain. We got to surrender. We got to accept the pain. And when you process that pain, you surrender, you accept, it's time to rise. Reach out and get the right kind of help that you need. Don't sit there. Because many times we sit there, and when we sit there, we are not getting the help that we need. So tonight, if you're listening to this podcast, and you're sitting there, no matter whatever storm you're going through at this present moment, it's time for you to reach out and get the right kind of help that you need. For instance, like Saul just gave the nonprofit organization ringsofcare.org. Reach out to Saul. She also gave her email address. It's in the chats. She gave her email address. Or reach out to us. We're going to connect you with Saul. So we are just here to help you. Reach out to us. We will steer you in the right direction where you need to go. Don't sit there. There is hope. There is hope for you. But many times we are sitting there and not realizing that there is hope out there for you. My question to you, what did your storm teach you? Write in the chats. What did your storm teach you? Because we all go through some form of storm. But what did your storm teach you? Because your answer to this question could help someone else. We all are connected to each other. We all are connected to each other. And if we can only understand that, we can understand ourselves. So reach out and get the right kind of help that you need. Dr. Marcia, I'm going to toss the mic to you.
I am so touched by so much knowledge, so much wealth, so much expertise, and so much encouragement and empowerment. I want to take up a point that Will made, and I want to look at it in its perspective, because he did make a point, and I hope I remember the point properly. I wrote on a part of it. It is that you have to help yourself when you're recovering, the way you process. I hope I'm saying it right, Will. You have to process it, how you are able to work with it. And that is very important. And one of the things that we do, and that is why I say you have to respond logically after a storm and not so much emotionally. And if we are to put it that way too, we have to respond emotionally logical. We have to be logical, because we cannot hide our emotions and so on. And the reason why I say that is because pride is one of the contentious needles that can prevent our healing. Yes. Because we do what Will says. We push back into the past, what was, and we do not live in the present of what we have become and what has actually happened, where we are now finding ourselves. And that pride thorn can hinder the healing, can make the recovery remain so much longer, because we keep looking back instead of looking forward. Yes. And looking back fuels the pride that we once have. And the Bible talks about it, that pride goeth before the fall. And some of us, when we fall, we carry the pride, and so we have not fallen flat. We have not hit the ground enough that we can actually stand up, because we still have that buffer that we are calling pride. And it can prevent the healing. Emotions also can either work for us or against us. And that is the reason why I am saying that we must, after a storm, we have to pull more on our logical mind. We have to confront our emotions. We have to deal with them. We have to bring them out into the open. We have to make them flow, Will says, but we must look at it logically. So I am human, so I have to cry. I feel like screaming. I'm so angry. We must contend with those emotions. We must feel them, and we must look at them in their entirety. But we must make stands and make moves logically that will add value and create the change that we want and that we need to carry us forward. I have 3 principles that I give in my group coaching that we wrestle with, even with the topics that we have. And one of them is when you come out of a storm or a crisis, you know it is not a storm or a crisis if there is not some wrestling and some trauma involved. So some of us are taking our little challenges as storms and crises. We are becoming great drama queens with that. But it only qualifies as a storm or a crisis if it gives you some amount of trauma, meaning that it shakes up your foundation, and everything that can be shaken is really shaken. And that's really the reality that a lot of us don't face, because life happens to everybody, but everybody's shake up moment, reality check moment, pivot moment is not the same.
Mm-hmm.
And people respond differently to their trauma. And so when you come out of your shaking and your trauma, you want to look at the grace that is enough. What do I mean by the grace that is enough? You are still here.
Mm-hmm.
And the grace that is enough means that everybody did not survive, but you were handpicked and you were chosen for a time as this. So you did not die, you survived. The question you must be asking to appreciate that grace that is now enough is, what is my mission, my assignment, my purpose? What is it that you want me to do? What is it that I must do now? Because your perspective, which is what Will has said, is changing. Your mindset has really shifted. And whether you accepted it or not, the mindset is carrying you forward. And that is why you wrestle with the doubt and the uncertainty. And that's why there is so much restlessness after a storm, when you are misaligned, when you pick up back the same pattern, when you want to return to the same house. And I'm talking about it metaphorically, because of course you have to fix your physical surroundings. But when you return to the same house, the same prison, the same burger bars that held you stuck before the storm, and the storm that now has cleared your path and make you see clearly now that the rain has gone, you actually are saying, I prefer to have stayed in Egypt and suffered than where I now am, which is really light. And so you want to get rid of that perspective, and you want to embrace the new by accepting what has changed. I can't not say that. I have to keep saying that, because accepting what has changed is the deliverance, is the window, is the entrance towards the new you, the new assignment, the new purpose, the change, the freedom. Then the next principle that I put out there is harvesting your faith. When life was good, you believed that nothing was impossible.
Yes.
When there was no issue, you embrace that. You believed in yourself, and you embrace that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So I am looking at Dr. Jonas, a powerful point he has made. Why are you now creating a finale in your valley? It's no time to harvest your faith. What did you build on? What were you great at? You know, there are some persons, I want to give a practical example. There are some persons who hear that there is a thief going around in the community and breaking houses. And because it has happened enough time, you think you have prepared yourself. So you say, okay, I'm going to get this done. I'm changing my locks. I'm doing all of that. And if he comes, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm prepared for him. When he comes, we are on our knees. We surrender. because the preparation was just physical. The mind, the made up mind that I'm not going to submit was not there. And so you did not harvest your faith, you squandered it. All of that preparation that was made throughout the storm and before the storm was not embraced. You just spoke because it sounded good, but it did not transform you. It did not make the change.
Yeah.
So after a storm, we have to practically journal and harvest our faith. What is it that I've taken out? What is it
Right.
that I have not lost that will now carry me to the next step? How do I need to frame it or reframe it to move me forward? What have I unlearned? And what am I learning now that truly matters? What is the messages and themes and patterns that I need to shed? And which ones do I need to embrace? Who do I not now need that I thought I needed so much? What am I depending on that I have lost and realized that I am still here? I depended on it. I couldn't do without it, but here I am without it, and I'm still alive. I'm still here.
Sure.
I'm still functioning. I'm still making it. And the final phrase that I take people into is the practical resilience. We cannot give people shoes who have no feet.
Sure.
And we have served them. We have not.
Practical
So
resilience.
after the storm, we must meet people where they are standing, and we must meet them out of fumbling out of that darkness into the light that they need. We cannot package recovery and healing. We cannot package it into a coaching program where and a mentoring that we just tell people that this is what you should be doing and this is how you really recover. We have to lead people on that path that they are taking towards their recovery because they know what they have been through. They know why they are not getting over it, and they understand and want the door to get over it, but they want to use their own strategies and skills. So that is why a coach nudges you into the answers that are inside of you. A coach is not a guidance counselor, is not a pastor, is not a mentor. The roles are very different. They intersect, but they are different. And so there are some persons who want solutions when there is a storm. Send them and refer them to who gives solutions.
Yes.
Good. There are some persons who say, I just want an accountability partner. I know where I want to go. I know what has changed. I know how I need to chart what I'm struggling with the path that I'm taking. So become my accountability partner. And so these are my proven strategies. This is the compelling vision that I have. This is the alignment. This is what I feel deep in my soul. And so I just want the accountability partner. Coach steps in there. There's some persons who say, I want you to give me your expertise. I want you to guide me with what you know. You have been there. You're on that road coming back. And so that's the mentor that they need. That you're now in the role of a mentor. You now need to understand there are some persons who want to pull back into harvesting their faith, and they want the spiritual pull because this storm has made them lack that faith. It dimmed it. There is now this distancing. You're really wondering. You're praying, you fast, you did everything. You wondered why. You're not getting any answer. God appeared to be silent. And I tell my client at that time, yes, what can God trust you with? Anytime God is silent and you keep praying and praying and praying, and he doesn't seem to be responding, what is he trusting you with? It means that he can trust you. He doesn't need to come in at that time because he has put a certain trust in you. You now need to find out what is he trusting you with so you don't falter. And that's the reality. You have to get persons into that mindset so they understand where they are, and they also know where they want to be, and you bridge that gap. So after a storm, you yourself, whether you're a leader, you're a follower, you're a coach, you're a pastor, when you are given that opportunity to walk alongside someone, know first of all where that person is resting and where that person
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yes.
That is so beautiful.
Is that gap? Yes.
Love it. Sohini?
That no, but I just wanna go there with Dr. Marcia. Sorry to interject. That it's important to know where the person is at resting, because then is when you can know how do you move forward and take the next step with them or for them. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Well, this is Sidrah with Dr. Jonas and Partners for Purposeful Living, if I may. When Dr. Jonas Gadson saw me, he saw where I was. I was a professional who had all of these different skills. And at some of them, I had a top level skill of writing and expressing myself. I had the equipment per se, but I didn't know how to use it for my calling. And he saw that. Now, others around me who were in my professional coaching, oh, go Sidrah, surface. He saw that I was truly uncomfortable because I wasn't able to get to the me, the core in me, to then I can learn to use those skills for what I was called to do. So I think that's what you're expressing, is you cannot guide someone, you cannot mentor someone till you get with them.
Yes.
And that's why we do a needs assessment here at Partners for Purposeful Living, LLC. So we work with the person. They've got to also come to that clarity.
That's true, too.
True.
So clear.
That is so true.
And so as they write and they share in that needs assessment, and we then sit with them and work with them through that to design the special coaching that only is for them.
Yes.
That's how we can meet them where they are.
Sure. So true.
In the Bible, when God was sharing with, in the Old Testament, Samuel and his sons, and it said God, men see the outside, but God looks at the inner side, in the heart. He knows because he made us. And so that's a benefit of working with someone who is willing to get beyond your stuff and come straight with love.
Yes.
Yeah, with love. Yes.
Love. Yeah. So true.
And that's God's multiplication principle, which is another thing that I do in my program. I talk about the multiplication principle. God has a multiplication principle. And so God takes everything that you have. When he turned water into wine, he did not give the water. He told them, bring the water. When he said to the lady, look here, I'm going to make you feed the prophet. She had just a meal. And that is what he multiplied. We want to understand that when God fed the 5,000, he looked for something in the crowd, and it was just the fish and the loaves. He multiplied it. There is a multiplication process that God gives to people. And he says, first of all, in that principle is that you must know what you have. What do you have in your hand that you can multiply, that you can use? And if you understand it, first of all, what it is, I call that your purpose or your calling, then I will send you to who can give you the vehicle to multiply it. And that multiplication must create a legacy of service. Your talents and gifts must be used to serve you.
Yes.
Right. It must make a profitable impact, because he says your gifts and your talents must benefit you, must make you live. And so he had that principle where he actually got a skill and benefited from the skill as he grew and mandated to do his job. The problem with multiplication and the problem with calling is that it requires obedience and surrender.
Yes.
And it also requires a preparation. The preparation is done in silence, and it is done in your storm. And Moses was born into a group of persons. He knew his purpose. It was very much established from before he was born. And God established all of our purposes before he was born. But then there was a decree. He got on a seaside and he got into the palace. So he was prepared to understand who he was dealing with. That 40 years after, when he was to lead them out, he knew the strategies that he would use. That preparation took 40 years, but the deliverance in itself, the role that he needed to have, he was just called on one day. God says, okay, let my people, you're going to be the one to let my people go.
Go.
One day, so the preparation can take many years. Joseph's preparation took him 13 years. He got dreams, he got visions, he was sent into a pit, he did so many things. He begged somebody when he was deciphering dreams to say, remind the king that I am great because I want to come out of this prison. He had to wait 13 years, but it took one day, one bad dream that he had to explain that made his purpose become so ignited because he understood clearly what he must do. A lot of us cannot get through the storm because we start performing before the work is completed.
Yes.
And
Wow.
we need to understand when it is that we must give the testimony. The testimony is not in the storm. The testimony is when you come through the storm. And some of us want to give testimonies before we go through our storms. And we have to be very guarded and careful. Because if we give it at the wrong time, we are not able to come out of that storm. We remain stuck because we can't understand the transition, the paces, and the different areas of building and preparation that will now set you on a firm foundation. And that's why some people, after they go through many issues, many losses, many deterrents, they give up because they are not at a point where they want to learn any lessons. They are not at a point where they are transformed. They are not at a point where they are strong enough to understand that they are not to carry the storm with them. And Dr. Jonas say, when they run through the storm, they are to now look back and see what they have carried out and act from the place of carrying out and not from the place of what they have gone through. Because the testimony is not in what you have gone through. I repeat every time, is what you have taken out.
That's that is another show right there. That is another show right there because that is super, super important. What do you take out? Because sometimes people are carrying that storm with them. And I think that is so important.
Yeah.
And thank you for mentioning that. We have to do another show basically. What are you carrying out after the storm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really like when you touch on service.
Yes.
I like when you touch on preparation as well. Because many times we are given the opportunity to be prepared.
Right.
But we are ignoring that preparation stage. We ignore it. And many times when we come out, the things that we learn, are we being of service with the gifts that we have?
That's beautifully said.
Or we rush it. Sometimes we don't delay it. Sometimes we rush it. We rush our preparation. We know where some of us know, because God speaks to us. It depends on the stage we are. So we know we are being prepared. But instead of waiting on the time when you're to be nudged out, because you see, when God opens a door, nobody can close it.
Absolutely.
And if he says this is what you are really supposed to do, then come hell or high water, you're going to have to go there. But when God is ready, you don't need any connection, any promotion, anything. He just places you in a way that it also surprises you. But there are some persons who in the preparation stage, they can't wait. So they pull on their connections. And so when they get into the position, when they get into the space that they want, through these connections, they bloom, but they do not bear fruit.
Wow, that's heavy. That's heavy.
That's a big nugget.
That is so deep. So what are you trying? But I think the word which you're trying to say to us is that you gotta wait. You gotta have the level of patience, and also you have to have the level of discernment. When make that next, and God will inspire you to do that.
Yes,
is that right? Yeah,
Dr. Marcia?
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm just giving others a chance. Will is anxious to say something.
We just want you to affirm. We just want you to affirm that before you toss the mic to Will.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Thank you for that, Lady J.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're talking about alignment now. Because a lot of times people chase, but you don't want to chase your recovery process. You don't want to chase whatever desire you want to get back to, right? If you align yourself with that, everything will start to come to fruition for you. It'll start lining up. The people, the opportunities, all of that stuff will start to come to you.
That's true.
But you have to get in alignment with that in order to obtain it, though. And so Dr. Marcia just, went basically the same thing,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you're just using different terminology, but it's the same thing. And so you have to align yourself with what you really want, though, because once you fall, it's not the end of everything; it's the beginning.
Right.
But see, we've been taught to think and look at things as, okay,
It's the end.
woe is me. And so when you
Right.
get into that woe is me process, now you can't see what's going on around you because you're lost in feeling the pity for yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
everything is happening for you to come back, but you don't see it because you're too busy feeling sorry for yourself
For
at that
yourself,
time.
right?
And you get trapped in that part of the energy or life, and then you can't come back immediately. I mean, a lot of things that happen to people, they don't mean to get themselves into situations, but things happen around you because that's part of your journey. And so once you can accept that it's not you per se, sometimes it might be, but most of the time it's going to be somebody around you is causing the issue for you to fall, and or a situation to come up that you fall in. And so if you look at it from that perspective of, okay, I may have contributed something to this, but I can forgive myself and now get back on my journey to start resilience, basically what you like to use, Lady J.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get yourself back into that resilience aspect of it to where you know that you can come back. And as all three of you ladies just said, you have to absolutely know that you can come back. You have to know this. You have to believe it. It has to become a belief system for you because, like we talk about all the time, you cannot manifest anything unless you become it first. You have to become what you're trying to speak of. And once you become it, now you can start to see it coming to you, which I just said, people, opportunities, all that stuff will start to show itself. But it can't do that until you actually believe that you are worthy of it. And so when you fall, a lot of times people think that, okay, well, it's just the way it is. I'm cursed. My family, if they bring up the family history, then if it's not the family, well, the family marked them as the black sheep of the family. And so this is supposed to happen this way. And what we're all saying tonight here is that no, that is not the truth unless you make it the truth. And the only way you make it the truth is you believe that that is what it is. Because as I just said, your belief system becomes your reality. And so if you believe that you deserve or that's all you are, then that's all you can ever be. You can't come back there. So tonight, whenever you're watching this replay, you have to absolutely believe that you can come back from it. And you're gonna take a fall. It's like running a race, right? As kids we all used to race and so forth. But when you run track, especially the 100-yard dash or the 100 meters now, when you're in that race, the first 20 yards are about getting your drive on. You're coming out of the blocks and you're getting your drive speed up, right? Once you get to the 30 mark, you start to separate because you're at your top speed. As you get on down the track and you get to the 60 yards, the 70-meter mark, at the 70-yard mark, everybody who don't have their top end speed they're going to start to drop. It looks like the person that's going ahead is running faster than them, but what's actually happening is everybody else has reached their peak. They can't go any faster. This other person is able to maintain that speed that he built up at the 20, 25-yard, 30-yard mark. He's able to hold that. He or she is able to hold that, and they start to separate. So it looks like they're running faster, but they're actually running the same speed, but they can hold theirs longer. And so that's the key to winning that race. And as you're racing like that, this is the thing that because this plays into what we're talking about. As you're running that race, nobody's in that race but you. All the practice time you put in, everything. When you're looking out of the corner of your eye, you're watching these other people pass you up, and they're starting to maybe separate just a little bit. You can't go into panic mode at that point in time because all this hard practice that you put into it, you have to absolutely believe that at the last part of the race, you can come back and still win this. So in order to do that, though, you have to believe in yourself and you have to believe in your process that you put in to get to this race, right? If you believe that, now you're still in the race. So in the last 20 to 15 yards of the race, you can still win that race because you can see yourself catching up to the leaders at this point, and you just need them to start coming back to you just a little bit more because remember, they're at their top speed. You look like you haven't reached your top speed yet. You're starting to reach it, and that's why you're able to run them down, so to speak. And so as you start to trust your technique, now you can run right beside them and start to separate from them. And the last 5 yards, you can see yourself, I'm going to win this. But you have to actually believe that. And that's the one point that I think that when you're in a race, you're almost like you've fallen, but you have to believe that you can come back. And that's what great sprinters can do. They have this mindset that if you beat me out of the blocks and you're leading me first half of the race, I'm still capable of coming back and winning this thing. And so they keep that as their core system of that they operate from. That's their foundation. I can win it. No matter how far behind I am, I can come back and win it. And they believe that. And then once you buy into it and believe it like that, it becomes possible for you. So when you have a fall from in life, no matter what the situation is, it could be from a relationship, and we all know that those can really take life out of you when you've gotten that close to someone and then they drop off from you, right? But there's somebody else waiting for their turn with you. But you have to have yourself aligned to where you can start moving forward with what's going to be an even better situation for you. But if you're not aligned with that, you can't see that person that's coming back for you that will make an even better partner for you, or even a better job or a better business opportunity for you. You know, you have to have yourself completely in a belief system where you can believe that even though you can't see it, it's possible. And that's where the spirituality comes back into this thing. Everything that we speak of from Bible context, that's spiritual. We're not talking about something that's physical. We're talking about something that's very spiritual. And so if you can allow yourself to believe that it's possible, it becomes possible. But that's a whole nother mindset, but you have to switch your gears. Remember, we're all on our own individual path journey, right? And so someone else's mind is not going to be your process that you're going to use. They can teach it to you or share it with you, but you have to tweak it to where it fits what you need for you. So a lot of times, especially if people hire, a coach, for instance, they need to be able to adapt what's being taught to them to where it fits into how they operate, how they live their life on a daily basis. And if they can take your strength that you've given them, that you're sharing with them, and then put it into their perspective, now they can win. And so that, like I said before, when you lose or have a failure or something, it's not the end of it, it's the beginning. That's what this resurrection part of it is you being able to access that core belief system in you that becomes who you are going to. Like you just asked Lady J, well, who are you going to become when you come back? You have to know that, but that becomes part of your awareness. So once you know you're aware and you know who you are, now everything becomes possible for you. Nothing's offline for you to obtain anymore because you are aware, and your awareness opens the doorway to, okay, I know who I am. Once you know who you are, its opportunity is unlimited for you, even better than what you had before that you thought that you were really doing good at, right? Now you got real opportunities. Let me share this and I'm going to shut up. Today, you got people that's running around. Everybody wants to have wealth, right? Everybody's, all over the internet. No matter where you click, there's going to be somebody talking about obtaining wealth. Well, here's the thing about this. Wealth comes from assets. That's the only way you can get rich. You can't have it by working. Trading time for money is not going to get you there. We have people who it looks on the outside that that's all they've done is worked and clocked in somewhere, but they've also invested their money into other assets that obtain money, so to speak. And that's how they became rich. They made enough money to be able to do that. Now, today, you can take as little as $500, for instance, today, but people don't know this, right? Because they don't talk a lot about wealth from that perspective. But you can take as little as $500, or even lower than that, 100. You can start with 100 and put it into things that can gain access as a share. You don't have to own the whole thing. Just a share will start to build you up assets for money. And that's what people are struggling at. They're trying to figure out how they can pay these bills and how they can still have enough money to eat properly and do these kind of things. But you have to actually know how to make that journey. And if you don't, then you can't get there, especially when things now. So, you got a carton of eggs costing almost $15 and so forth. You can't live like that if you're just trying to draw a check and do it. You're gonna, the car notes are as high as $1,000 now, and so you can't live from the process of what used to be, because you have to rebuild yourself to get to where now if you have $1,000 car note, for instance, on a really nice car, and it don't even really take a really nice car to get there today. The interest rate will kill you on these car loans, but you have to be able to take a little bit of your money and invest it to where that money works for you while you're sleeping, what we call passive income. You have to make money while you sleep now. And that's the way that you're going to get out of whatever rut that you think you may be in, that you're actually having to deal with. That's how you're going to get out of that, is by making passive income. But, it's not a whole nother subject matter, because that's what people are falling off now because of the layoffs and so forth. But that's the way you get back in the game. And so there's always opportunity for you, is what I'm saying, is don't look at your doors being closed, or this is the only way I'm going to be able to exist, is I have to live through struggle. There's going to be opportunities for you to be able to get to where you want to go, but it's going to take some, as I think Dr. Marcia mentioned there, and you too, Lady J, you're going to have to listen. And I think Lady K mentioned this too. You have to be able to listen and adjust your game plan. It has to change. So when you come back, as you want, you have to make this part of your comeback, part of your resurrection. If you don't change anything, then you can't come back beyond where you were. You're going to stay at a level. You might be able to rise a little bit, but you're not going to be able to get back to where you were and beyond that. Because now you have people making as much as $300,000 that are struggling. And in the past, you could say, if I made $300,000, I've arrived. I'm upper middle class. Not now. Now that's middle class. Right. You have to make almost $1 million a year in order to be upper middle class. Now the middle class don't exist. Basically, what we have is working poor, and that's if you make 300,000 under, you're part of the working poor, even though your dollar numbers still say that you're not, but you live as though you are, and so that's where people are now. So everybody is in this mindset of, how can I do better? But again, if you don't have access to the information, then you cannot start to rebuild yourself to where you can do better.
Sure.
I had somebody approach me. I'm gonna say this. I just said I was gonna shut up, but I'm gonna say this part too. Then I'll shut it up. Okay. As you ladies know, I go on a Sunday morning walk every weekend. I do a Saturday and Sunday morning walk. Right. So I'm on my walk, and a person approaches me on the trail. It's cold too this morning. It was about 29 degrees when I was walking. But they approached me and they told me that they were struggling. We started a brief conversation, and they told me that they had just, went to church earlier this morning, right? And they said the reason they went because they were feeling empty inside. They were trying to find out why they felt so empty. And so during the course of this conversation, I told them, I said, look, I can't explain to you why you feel that way, but what you're searching for is a sense of spirituality. You need something other than what you have, whatever you used before. This current situation and the way the society is changing, we're going into this new era. You're looking for something bigger than whatever you were holding on to before. So it don't have to necessarily be religion. That may not be what you are looking for. You may just need something that you can see that you can apply to your daily life that'll work for you. So I'm not going to tell you that necessarily religion is going to fix that problem for you, but keep on, kind of searching around until you find the thing that makes you feel comfortable. And they told me they hadn't thought about it like that, but that they needed to talk to somebody to see if they could get, not necessarily, hey, this is how you're going to do this. Go pick up your Bible and read section. They didn't want that, and so that's the reason I didn't approach them from that level either. And so they could keep it to where they felt like they could still talk to me and not start to shut down as the conversation was progressing. They start, oh, this guy's getting ready to talk religion to me. That's not what I want to do. And so no, that's what I did, because that's not what I do anyway. But people are looking for something, and I mentioned this to Lady K off camera. People, because we're in the spiritual evolution process that we're in right now, everything is moving in that direction to where you're not going to see so much, but you're going to feel and experience. Yes. And that's what the Bible actually is, an experience from you from a spiritual perspective. Everything in there talks about vision. They don't ever really talk about physically. It's all in vision. I vision. I've seen this in a vision. So when you look at it from that perspective, you can start to see your life. And as you start to see your life, you can take that and apply it. Now, we also have jumped from that because of what science is doing and so forth. We understand what more of this stuff is now because energy is everywhere and consciousness is everywhere. We're all part of it. Just like we're on this panel here, we're all one. So all of us basically are bouncing off of one another because we all are on the same thinking process. We're just using different words and so forth for it, but we're all one big part of the consciousness. And so when you get ideas and so forth, that's being pulled out of the Ethernet, so to speak. So it's not you necessarily coming up with something brand new. There's nothing, as like we all have heard this saying, nothing new under the sun. And that's absolutely true. All these ideas and so forth have always been here. In the past, they've screwed up our history so bad that they got us thinking that people weren't able to build the pyramids. But there are pyramids in Africa older than the ones in Egypt. Okay? People don't know that, though. They think that the pyramids built in Egypt are the oldest pyramids ever created. And how did they build it? It's people in Africa built pyramids before the three pyramids are still standing that we go and see today that are older, like almost 1,000 years or so. Now, how did these people build that? They had some type of knowledge that they knew how to move rocks that size that we can't even duplicate today with machinery. So these people weren't ignorant. They were smart. They were very smart. Whatever happened to the world to collapse it and that society went away, they didn't leave the evidence behind to show that these people were way ahead of where we are today. So
it's true.
Yeah, it's all been flipped around. And so some of this stuff, when you fall off, some of this is because of the way we operate as a society. You're told that you can't do better, but you can, and you will do better.
Right.
You have to
Condition.
Exactly. You got to get out of conditioning and start to actually see you for who you are. Otherwise, you won't find your way out of the condition because these people they want you sort of to be docile and not understand what's happening. But remember what I just said. If there were pyramids built in Africa before the ones in Egypt, these people were not dumb people. These people were very intelligent, which means you are those are part of your ancestry. So you have this same level of intelligence too. So you are smarter than what you think you are, but you've been told that you can only be as smart as somebody else teaches you to be. No, everybody has a level of intelligence. You can't even really measure intelligence, but they give us a test and tell us, well, you over here, you over there. You're not, this guy's a genius. You're not, everybody is a genius. So I can't get it out. A genius. Because everybody has some type of knowledge that they can do that somebody else can't do. I'm not an electrician or a type of guy that works on a lot of things with my hands. So when I meet somebody that can do that, I admire that talent because I can't do that. So I admire what they do. I like to talk to them and find out how it actually works and so forth because that's not something that I can do. So I'm just saying that when you get on a level where things fall off for you, that's your chance to get out of the box at that point in time. And if you can stay strong enough, the ladies mentioned this, you have to be strong. If you can maintain your level of strength and the resilience that it takes, the Lady J likes to say, the resilience, you can find your way back and you're going to be far better than whatever you were before. But you have to absolutely, as I mentioned before, believe that you are capable and that you are enough. If you can do that, you can start to see more of what is available to you. And it's a lot of things that's open to you that you don't think is possible. That is very possible, So that's what I would like to throw in my 2 cents.
Wow.
Shakira?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I just want to throw something out there while I'm parked for a second. But I just wanted to say, number one, what a beautiful panel today, right? I mean, just grateful to be on this panel with all of you guys and such wisdom and graceful words to everyone. I just wanted to say, you guys know I always talk about tools, and they're so necessary. Sometimes we need to jot down what we're thinking and what's going through our mind in
Yes.
order to really be able to go back, even to be able to track your progress, right? So, just so you know, sometimes it is difficult to talk to somebody, no problem. We have created a conscious AI, okay, that has all of this type of mindset, transformational goals, mindset coaching available to everyone. And you guys can email me about it. You already put my email up there, where there is a part where you can journal. There is a part where you can talk about what you're going through on your day and get feedback, coaching live at the moment. There is a part where you can get dream interpretation. There is so many little things that we have added to this app to be able to help you just be able to get ahead, right? Everything that everybody has spoken of right here with mindset and how how we get ahead. It's getting out of our own head. It's getting out of the conditioning that we've been stuck to. Yes, it's just like he just said. They want us dumb so we're not thinking and they can continue to control us. And that's just what it comes down to. But when you start to become aware and you start to awaken and you start to realize why you have gone through all the things that you have gone through and it starts to make sense, man, what a beautiful world it is. You start thanking God for all the tribulations and all the things that you've been through because you recognize how powerful all those things have made you. And I can speak from truth, but we already said we'll save the testimonies for another program. But guys, just a quick glimpse, through child abuse, molestation, physical abuse, through domestic violence, through being put in a wheelchair, not being able to walk through 6 years. Like at the end of the day, we all go through our things. There's many times where I've tried to not wanted to be here and tried to take my life, and by the grace of God, he did not allow it, and I'm still here to be able to talk about it. And I thank God till this day that he still has me here, number one, but also that I had wonderful people around me that helped me get through that process. These two sisters have been witness of my growth throughout the years, and it's beautiful to become aware to the point where you start to recognize your old behaviors and your old actions that kept you and stuck in a place that you could not get out of. So I promise you that when you start to recognize these things and you start to become aware, you start realizing, wait, this is a repeated cycle. We're not doing this again. So
Yeah.
I ask that you guys, really start using these tools. Start journaling. Tools are the main way to start getting out of these ruts that we get into. Meditation. I always preach on meditation because I swear it saved my life, and I swear by it. I still do it today, every single day, because connecting with your inner self is where it's at. That's where you connect with God, and really the spirituality, spiritual growth that you will get from that will help you align and get better on your path. So I just recommend that to all of you. If you're interested in this conscious AI helper app that you can have, for a year, you basically pay for it for a year. It's been a great help to many of my clients. They've thanked me for it, and I really advise it. But on the free side, that's paid. But on the free side, you guys already know the Ring of Care Calendar. Once again, I'm just going to throw it out there one more time. There is light at the end of all tunnels. Just make sure you get on the other side. There's a reason you're going through what you're going through, and there's always hope. And there's so many of us that love you and that are here for you. Don't think you're alone. There's coaches, there's mentors, there's pastors. There's so many people that are out here to help you. Have somebody pray for you. If you don't have the strength, I've called these two ladies, these sisters are my witness. I have called them and said, please pray for me today. I need it. And guess what? They got on the phone and they were there praying, all right, because I needed it. And that's what I mean. Sometimes all it takes is for us to realize that it's beyond us. We need that, and that's okay. That's all I want to share tonight. I really got to go, but thank you so much for having me on, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this panel. You guys have all been wonderful.
Thank you so much. We love
Love
you.
you, Saul.
We love you.
I love you too. You guys know that, man. You're family to me.
Yes, same here. Yeah.
Shakira?
Thank you.
Yeah, so sorry. I'm so congested and dry at this point. But I did just want to make a plug for therapy as well. I know there's a lot of help we can get, and I think having a great multidisciplinary team where you have your coach, your therapist, your pastor, your medical team, your
Mhm.
family and friends who understand, I think is really important. Um, because as we go through suffering and difficulty and storms, I think all of those things distort our perspective. And if your perspective is distorted, um, I think it's really hard to come to a place of acceptance or
Yes.
even thinking about how to process your emotions
Mhm.
because you're so stuck and so isolated in your pain. So I think it's really important to arm yourself with a community, people who are going to be there with you and help you walk through, pick up the pieces. And I
Mhm.
know we always say make sense of it, but I think some of the things that we go through just will never make sense,
Right.
right? And I
Right.
think sometimes trying to make sense of it prolongs the suffering because the only sense that it makes is that it was terrible and it shouldn't have happened, right? Um, so I think just having people to walk alongside you to help you pick up the pieces and come back to a right perspective of what's going on is important. And I feel like Will, Dr. Marcia, um, Sohini, everybody has spoken to that today for sure.
Mhm. Sohini?
Thank you,
Yeah,
Sherry.
yeah, what a wonderful discussion. I was listening actually. But I want to add here something. The topic is finding light after storm. And I can say that all I can say that it's not external light, it's internal light. Because
Absolutely.
yeah, because there are so many people who say that like you and me both can go through the same kind of storms,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe you can become very successful where I will not be able to achieve the same kind of goal. So sometimes we compare ourselves with other people. Like he also went through the same kind of storm. He also had challenges, setbacks, and he suddenly became successful. Why I can't? So
Mhm.
all we need to understand that our journeys are different, our
Mhm.
purposes are different, and universe is going to teach us different lessons. Maybe through the same kind of challenges, same kind of obstructions, but universe is teaching us different things. So the thing is, we should not compare our life with, I mean, my life with with anybody's life, because there are different kind of lessons, different kind of inner work. And the first thing, uh, the most important thing I feel is acceptance, which Joan always says that acceptance. And I believe the acceptance and responsibility, like my birth, my fortune, my bad luck, whatever it is, my challenges, whatever it is completely my responsibility. Maybe I have taken birth in a poor family, but if I continue in my mind that it's my father's fault, why he is so much poor, why he is not getting that much opportunities, he can't do work, then I'm not going to learn the lesson that universe is trying to teach me. So first of all, I mean, we need to understand that it's our journey. There is nobody to blame. So it's all about it's our responsibilities. Whatever is happening to me, maybe uh, I have born in a poor family. Maybe I don't have things, resources to come out my problems. But nobody to blame, and that is the point of acceptance. That my problems, my challenges, whatever it is, I am surrounded by so many challenges, obstructions, but it is my life, so no one is to blame. It's my responsibility because until and unless we feel that our life is our responsibility, we can't let go. If we
Mhm.
blame people, if we keep blaming people for our misfortunes, for the setbacks of our life, we can't let go things. When we take the responsibilities, like when we take our responsibilities, when we understand that it's all about me, no one is responsible for it, only then we can let go.
Mhm.
And only at that point, acceptance comes into the place. So there must be storms, because without storms, I mean, I feel there is no life in this world. We are here to go through the storms. We all are here. We all have taken birth in this world in order to teach, in order to learn some things for different kind of purposes. So much inner work is needed. I feel it's all about inner work. It's all about our realization, and it's like it's not external thing. Maybe like people are there who don't go through challenges, who don't go through uh, storms. They get things very easily. But there are some people who are going through so many challenges, but they are not getting anything. So the question always comes in our mind, that why this happening to all of us? Why some people are achieving their goals so easily? They are not going through storms even. But where
Mhm.
we are going through so much challenges, obstructions, years after years, and still things are happening to us, because we need
Mhm.
to understand his learning is different. His learning is different. Maybe in this birth, God has been teaching him something different.
Mhm.
The person does not need to do so much inner work, because his life is flashy. His life is external. It's not it's not internal. Maybe he universe wants to give him different kind of uh, realization, what we call realization. So I feel there is definitely, we can find light after the storm, but light is different for each of us.
Mhm.
It carries different meanings for each of us, and it's so much inner light. There is nothing to do with external light, external success. Maybe you can get external success once you understand what is going with you, but it's all about why we are here, what is our purpose, who are we as human beings, and why we take birth in this world. Light
Yes.
means that actually for me. Light means the purpose actually. So that's all I had to contribute to, because it's a wonderful discussion. I was listening, and I was like actually I seriously, I genuinely learned so many things from the discussion, from the panels, and I am very new in such kind of discussions. So I feel this is also my learning. I am also learning from you people.
Yeah.
So that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, you know the beautiful thing is when we can come together and when we can be of service. Because we all come together today to be of service to humanity. We are helping humanity. We are helping someone who's going through a struggle that would resonate with what we are saying. We are helping someone to turn on that light bulb and help them to see life different. And as Sohini rightfully said, it's an inward light, it's not an external light. This evening, we are talking about the inward light, the light that you're carrying within you. But many times we're looking on the external, but it starts from the internal. We got to take a hard look at ourselves, your true divine essence. Tune into your true divine essence. We all here came here for a reason. And once you're still alive, the light is still within you. You still have that light. You still got a spark. And if you cannot find the light, reach out and get the necessary help you need in order to ignite that light within you. It's essential that we take a hard look at ourselves. We are winding down 2025. It's only a couple more days before this year is over. What are you doing to ignite your light? What are some of the modalities that you're using to ignite your light? Who you are surrounding yourselves with? What are you listening to? Are you doing an introspection of your life daily to see what's happening with your life? There are so many shifts that is happening at this point in time. Are you sitting there and resisting the shift? Because many times we're living in a space of resistance. There are all the things showing up in front of us, but we're resisting. We're not understanding why these things are showing up in front of us. We are rigid. We're not moving. And then we start to ask these questions. Why is this happening to me? And I like what Sohini said. We tend to compare ourselves with people. We are all here on our own path. We are all here on our own mission. And until we recognize and come to that place of self-awareness and acceptance, we talk about acceptance. Everybody here talk about acceptance. Surrender. Because many times we're not surrendering, we're holding on so rigid to something and we don't want to let it go. We got to free space up so we can see the light within our lives. We got to start peeling back those layers, and peeling back the layers mean of getting rid of a lot of stuff. Sometimes the community that you're in, that's not the community for you. It's suppressing you. It's keeping you down. It's weighing you down. It's time that you remove yourself from that community and start to go into a community that will help you to see your light. Sometimes when we are going through storms, there's a lot of things that a lot of debris we gotta clear away so we can be able to see. So this evening, this is such a beautiful panel discussion because each one of the panelists here give us give you something to eat this evening. It was a beautiful menu. And as our friend Dr. Terrence said, it's a buffet style. You take what you need, and whatever you don't need, you pass it on to someone else. Whenever you come into this space, there's so much food you have to eat, and it's spiritual food. It's a food that can help you to find your light within your life. It's the food that could nourish you. It's nourishment. When you come into Soul, Light, and Body, or Enrichment of Mind, Body, and Soul, or the Speaker Series, or Holistic Healing Hour, we give you food for nourishment because we want you to flourish. We want you to, as Dr. Jonas would say, blossom and bloom.
That's right.
When you come into this space, we'll speak to your subconscious mind. Because it's coming to that place of self-awareness, acceptance, and surrender. So this evening, we just want to encourage you and just want to let you know that there is light within you. The light that you're looking for, as Sohini rightfully said, the light is within you. That's your true essence. And we all going to go through storms. We all going to go through storms because storms is part of the evolution. Storm is part of your growth. And in the storm, you get healing. In the storm, you get the messages that you're looking for. Because many times we may be praying and asking for something in our lives. But many times we want these things offered to us in a platter. We don't want to work and go through the storms to get it. We want everything just come in a platter in front of us. But if you don't go through these storms and go through these experiences, how are you going to learn? If everything that's been offered to you on a platter, you can't learn nothing. We got to go through these storms in order so we can able to learn. And when you learn, you grow. So whenever something comes up in life again, you know how to handle it because you have the capacity now to handle whatever situation is going to rise in front of you. So look at your storm that you're going through right now. And as I said before, the most important thing, you got life. That's the most important thing. You got life. And once you have the light is within you. And you have to be willing enough to find that light. And once you find that light, you will never be the same. It's not how you enter the storm. It's how you come out from the storm. And when you're coming out from the storm, you gather all the necessary stuff in that storm. Whatever is it, you gather it. And another thing, something just dawned on me. We got to be grateful for storms. Because a lot of time we curse the storm. Because so many things happen in the storm. Maybe we lost loved ones. So many things happen in the storm. But we always have to look on the brighter side. Whatever it is, we process the situation and we got to look on the brighter side because you're still here. We are still here. So what are you going to do from this point moving forward? What are you going to do? You're going to process it because you have to process what happened. As each one of us in the panel said, you can't run from it. You got to process it. And when you process it, it's a part of healing as well. Because you heal. And when you start that healing process, you're able to understand exactly what is happening. But I'm going to toss the mic now to Lady J. Lady J, take the mic.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I just want to thank Shakira for being here because I know she said she was not feeling well.
She's not feeling too well.
We just want to show love and sending you positive energy and great light just for showing up and being part of this special discussion.
Yes.
What an amazing discussion tonight.
Yeah.
And when we're going through a storm, we feel like the cloud would never lift.
Yeah.
Right? In those moments, it's easy to feel lost or uncertain, unsure if it's going to be ever brighter again. If brighter days will ever come. But again, as we discussed in this discussion tonight, it will change. It just shows us that storm will pass.
Yes.
Right? And when that storm passes, the light that follows after that is precious. The light that follows after that is precious. You become something new. You become someone special. You've built a new resilience. You're stronger than you've ever been because you've been through something. And the rise that follow after that determines your next. How do you set that purpose? How do you chart that course?
Yes.
What path do you take to let what you've been through count? What you've been through matters, because you've walked that path. Tears, frustration, regrets, loss, uncertainty. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? Because when we're going through storm, we're not only going through storm by ourselves.
Sure.
There are people are watching us and see, how are you handling that?
Sure.
How are you handling that? What are some of the modality or the tools that you're leaning on that can help you to keep you steady, keep you strong, and that your foot be planted solid? Is it your faith? Is it your family? Is it your friends? What is it? That's why Dr. Marcia wrote this book. When faith looks up. Because sometimes there is times that you don't have anyone around you. What are you pulling from that can hold you steady?
Sure.
So that you can rebel, and you can rebel strong. Who do you become after that? Because sometimes you can become so broken. What keep you there through that storm? And I like when Dr. Marcia spoke about sometimes people carry the storm with them.
Yeah.
And she also spoke about when you're going through the storm, don't give your testimony too soon, because it might not be ready yet. Because
Yeah.
sometimes that storm, you're being perfected, you're being shaped. And so if you say too soon, the chapter is not done yet. So sometimes patience and waiting is important, so that you will get the inspiration, you will get the knowledge, and you would get the level of discernment. Time to speak, time to share the story, time to embrace my new purpose, time to embrace my new calling. How do we do that? So this discussion tonight, where all the panelists would be so, we are so grateful and so honored that you're here to share with us tonight this important topic, because we are almost at the conclusion of 2025, and we all go through storms. So a lot of nuggets and a lot of tools were dropped in this moment to expand our toolbox and our toolkit, that we have it there. We can share it with a friend. So how we can manage. We talk about AI. We talk about inner light. We talk about mindset. We touch on so many things out of this discussion tonight. But also, what is important, believe in yourself. Know who you are. Self-love, super important, because believing in yourself and loving yourself enough is going to get you through the storm. Surround yourself with the right kind of people who are going to support you, who's going to hold you up, who's going to lift you and remind you that you are enough, and help you to tap into your inner being. You have what it takes to continue. I think we'll hone in and dive into that. You have what it takes inside of you, because the storm is not final. Dr. Jonas, I think, also mentioned that the storm is not final. Failure is not final. It's a new beginning. You're starting from a different vantage point. So tonight, as you step and you step higher, you're stepping out of the storm. Know that you're stronger. You are enough. And remind yourself who you are. Believe in yourself. You have what it takes. And you are unique. You're special. And that storm that you've been through has shaped you, or is going to continue to shape you to be better. You live in the best version of yourself. So believe in yourself and look at yourself in the mirror, because as well, and we always say, what follows your I am is super important. So stand strong, Believe in yourself. Celebrate all those wins that you came through. You fall, you get back up, and manage your setbacks, because those setbacks does not define you. It's shaping you to propel you forward for bigger and greater things. And I just feel in my spirit to talk about also forgive yourself and forgive others, because the art of letting go is super important, because we want to leave 2025 stronger, letting go, leave that behind, so that you can step into 2026 fresh, renewed, hope, optimism.
Mhm.
So utilize the art of letting go. Thank all of you for being here. Those who are going to catch us on the replay, and believe in yourself and know that you're special and you are unique. Lady K?
No, let's toss the mic to Will. And any parting words?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Yeah,
Speak to the
let me
subconscious
say
mind.
something here. No, this was a great show, actually.
It was.
We covered a broad spectrum of
You did.
how to do it, and
Mhm.
also the effects of it that it has on people too. So, I mean, you can't ask for anything more than that. It's a good show.
True.
Thank
True.
I
you.
mean,
Thank you,
we had
Will.
a
Thank
distinguished panel of people that want to, put their perspective out there, and that's hard to do, to get together people to do something like
True.
this too, because
True.
people say they want to talk, but then if you put them on a panel like this live, they don't want to do that.
Mhm.
So it's not easy to do this, but we did it, and I'd like to just thank everybody that took part in it myself.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Will. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Ron.
Dr. Jonas and Sarita?
Yes, on behalf of Dr. Jonas, want to leave you all with a bonus from Jonas. When your value is clear, your
Your
decision
decision is
is
easy.
easy. As always, we are so honored to be on your program and look forward to continuing to come on with you.
Okay.
Our motto is, since greatness is possible, excellence is not enough. Go for
Go for
greatness.
greatness.
Oh, greatness.
Thank you
Oh
Sohini,
my
so much.
goodness.
you're welcome.
You're very
Sohini?
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And one thing I want to add, Karin, for the viewers, like so many people, when we go through storms, we just don't understand what should I do?
Mhm.
What should we do? Like, what is our next step? And people don't understand what is realization and what is purpose. Generally, people don't understand. They
Yes.
don't think of all these things. So just I can I want to give a single advice, that if you just want to stay calm, want to understand all these things, want to look inward, just do one thing, and that is meditation. It will help
Absolutely.
each and everybody, no matter what kind of storm you are going through, what kind of challenges life is throwing to you, whether it is financial or whatever it is, just do one thing, just start doing meditation, and you can understand why are you here and what is life all about. You can realize so many tiny things that is life is giving to you, that is life is throwing to you. So it's just for the viewers, just start doing meditation, maybe start it with 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and then increase it gradually. So that was just a little piece of advice, because people generally don't understand. I have been there are so many people, so many friends, when I talk them about all these things, when I try to start conversation about all these things, they just don't want to understand. They are
Yeah.
going through storms, they are going through challenges, obstructions, but they don't understand all these things, because they just did not realize the things. They are not they have not uplifted themselves, they have
Yes.
not uplifted their vibrations. So meditation can help people to understand, to go to the deep down of the problem. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fahini, for saying that,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
many times we are going through the storm, and as I said before, we are so clouded
Mm-hmm.
that we are forgetting that there are tools that we can use in order to bring ourselves out from that storm. And meditation is one of the tools that we can use to ground and center and balance ourselves through that storm. Because when we just think about a storm, when you're going through a storm, you really want to cling to the right thing. You want to cling to the right thing. And clinging to the right thing is like breath work, meditation, prayers, whatever is going to work for you. Cling to the right thing
That's
to
very
help you.
That's very poetic. Thank you. Right.
Right, cling to the right thing that is going to help you through the storm. And it's not everything that you cling to is going to help you. So you have to have self-awareness when you're going through a storm and able to understand what is going to work for you. So, this evening, again, this panel was so enriching.
Wonderful.
It was so enriching. It was so powerful. It was so divine for a time like this.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know that someone out there is going through a storm.
Right.
We can guarantee that somebody's going through a storm or been through a storm and don't even know how to continue living at this point in time. But this evening, we're able to give you some tools that you can try. Meditation, breathwork, prayers, whatever it is. Reach
Whatever.
out, grab yourself a coach, an
Sure.
accountability coach that could help you to find the light that is within you. I wrote down some things whilst the panel was talking. It is not about pretending the storm never happened. It's honoring the lessons. Honoring the lessons that happened during the storm. And storm, it tests our strength.
Of course.
And when the storm is clear, we see the world differently. How do you find the light? People may ask, how do I find the light? You pause, you breathe, and you let yourself feel. Let yourself feel. And lean on communities, on groups, on coaches, because these are the things, meditation, prayers, whatever is working for you. Lean on it, because these things is going to restore you. It's going to bring you out. And we chose to step forward even if the path is uncertain. That's your choice. Your choice if you're going to sit there or if you're going to choose to step forward. And you are stronger than the storm. Your light is waiting to shine because the light is within you. And we're going to leave this with you. May you walk into the next chapter with courage, grace, and unwavering belief that the sun always rises. We want to thank each one of you for joining us this evening and being a part of this enriching podcast this evening. We want to thank each and every panelist that took the time to sit with us this evening and share to help humanity, because that is what we are here for. We are here to help humanity. And you're free to reach out to any one of us. Reach out to us. We can help. Or if we cannot help, you're going to steer you into the direction to get the right kind of help that you need. We are here for you. That is why we created this platform. And thanks to 246 Bajan Vibes Radio and Sugar D and all the rest for giving us this platform that we can come and we can help humanity to evolve and to understand what is happening at this point in time. Thanks once again, and we wish you a fabulous week. We're going to be here with next week with another fabulous panel discussion. So remember to tune in to Enrichment of Mind, Body, and Soul. And coming Wednesday, we're going to have a beautiful topic on soul, light, and body. Sohini is going to be a part of that topic as well. You got to tune in. It's a great topic. Many people are struggling with this topic.
Yeah.
You got to tune in to find out about this topic, because we want you to evolve before 2025 finish. It's all about evolving and shifting. And what are you shifting with? So we are helping you to make that shift, and we are giving you the tools so you can make that shift and evolve in 2025. And we just want to thank you once again to the audience and to the people who are going to watch this on the replay. We want to thank you so much for being a part of this fabulous discussion. Have a fabulous week. Just know that we love you. We are here for you. We are here to be of service. Thank you once again.
Yeah. Thank you.